And if you still can't think of something to draw, I don't know, you're cooked. What do you do when you sit down and you don't know what to draw? This happens to me regularly, more often than I'd like to admit. So I put together a list of things to help you and maybe help me in the future if I ever get stuck. Here are 6.5 things that you can do when you don't know what to draw. Number one, and my most go-to thing that I do when I don't know what to draw, is I do a study. Right now it's been portraits. I have a go-to subject typically, and I think that's something I'd recommend as well, is have a go-to thing you want to study that you're working on, and just pick it for like the week. And you can work on whatever you want, but having some default thing to work on is going to help keep things clear and help you keep moving and creating art. So with studies, I think are the most effective way of improving at your art in drawing and painting. You're basically looking at something and you're trying to understand it. But studies can take all kinds of different forms. You can draw pretty much anything you want. You can try and break down the forms. You can do a contour study where you just try and trace it. You can do a color study where you're just trying to get the colors accurately but not worry about the actual image and just try and replicate those colors. Or you look at different colors from different combinations of things and maybe apply it to something else. So studies, there's so many different things you can do for a study, and I probably could do a whole video just on studies, and I have talked about how powerful they are before. Maybe you're not really feeling like doing a study and drawing something from reference. Honestly, I think it's the easiest thing to do, but maybe there's something else you can do. Then my next thing is to draw something you've already drawn before. Do something you know how to do. Redraw a drawing that you've already done before. Maybe just practice the things you already know how to do. Like, for example, today when I sat down and I didn't know what to draw and I couldn't pick a reference, I just started drawing some heads to see what I could come up with. They weren't great, but they were practice and I knew how to construct them. And it was still helpful to get me doing something. And eventually I do a study for the day, and it is, you're probably watching part of it right now. So just draw something you know how to do. And like an adjacent thing to do for that is just doodle. Doodle whatever you want. Stick figures, funny shapes, funny ideas, little cartoons, whatever you want. Number 3. This might be similar to number 2, where you're just drawing stuff you already know. And I would suggest just draw some forms. Draw some cubes, cylinders, spheres, cones. Do a variety of different ones. Just fill a page with them. And that might be all you need to do for the day to at least do something. If you want to push it a little further, do some form manipulation, like maybe cutting off edges of shapes or breaking them into different parts, or rounding some corners, or combining different shapes and putting them together, or twisting or bending, you name it. There's a bunch of things you can do with form, and that I think is an effective thing if you want to just continue your practice and keep working on stuff, even if you're not really feeling motivated for a specific thing to draw. Okay, now point number 3.5. This is 3.5 because I just realized I had a bonus point in the middle of making this, is to practice your lines. Straight lines, S curves, C curves, and just try and draw them confidently in one stroke. An exercise I really like to do for this, and is really straightforward, is to draw 3 dots, draw out 3 dots and try and connect them with one stroke. That will make a C curve, but if you want to do an S curve, try adding a 4th dot, or add as many dots as you want and just try and connect them all in one line. This will really help you try and do it in one stroke. No chicken scratchy, just one flick of the pen. So work on your line confidence. Try drawing straight lines. Straight lines are hard to do. Like, I still struggle with them. I eventually get them. They usually take me multiple tries to get it right. You can always do ghost lines, which is basically you draw the line without actually pressing down on the surface, and you just go over it a few times and then do it. That can sometimes make a little cleaner line and get you prepared to make a nice line. And if you still don't know what to do, we will go to point number 4, which is practice handwriting. Really? Handwriting? Yes. Most people have to at least write something at some point. If you don't have pen or paper, I don't know what to tell you, but you should get some and just practice your handwriting. Practice writing out all the letters of the alphabet. That way you still don't have to think of really what to write or draw, because writing is very similar to drawing. I know my handwriting's terrible as an artist, but I don't really think about what I'm writing or how I'm writing all the time, and my handwriting comes out pretty sloppy. But every time I slow down to do it, it looks better, and it also trains you to have more control over your hand and eye coordination. And something that I learned about writing is if you can write the same letter identical to the letter that you just wrote, you can write multiple letters of the same one and make them identical. That means you are pretty good at drawing, or you could be pretty good at drawing. So practice making the letters match multiple of the same letter to match each other. That's kind of a handful. Yeah, I have a notepad. Let's see if I can show the camera where I'm practicing letters and stuff here. And I just wrote the alphabet out in all caps. And I wrote the letters 4 times each. And I don't think I made a single letter that matched each other identically at all. So I need to work on my handwriting some more. So practice handwriting. And if you can't do that, one last ditch effort to try and get you to draw something is, it also goes with handwriting, is to just write your name. Practice writing your name. I know that sounds silly, but it's something that everybody should know how to do, and you can do. It's pretty easy. Just practice writing your name. Maybe that's all you have to do for the day. I don't know. You decide on how much you want to draw. And do you really want to draw today? Or are you just making yourself draw because you're trying to keep up? I do agree. Sometimes you have to force yourself to draw and sit down and work for a little bit. But really, how hard is it to write your name? You can do it. Go write your name. And if you still can't think of something to draw, I don't know, you're cooked. You're cooked. You're not going to be an artist. No, it's okay. Sometimes I don't know what to draw to. But I do have one last tip that I want to say. If you're just really not feeling like drawing, but you still want to get better, just observe things. Look at stuff. Think about how you would draw it. Think about the different proportions of things. Like, I'm looking at this camera, and the lens is about 50% of the camera itself, and the other part is a box. I could deconstruct it into like a box, and then have a cylinder extruding from the front of it, and then add some more shapes to it. You can do stuff like that. Just look at something and break it down in your head and think about how you would draw it. And then maybe when you're looking at something, you're like, okay, I know how to draw this thing. I'm going to go draw this thing. So those are 5.5 tips on what to do if you don't know how to draw. Actually, we'll just say that was 6.5. And if you enjoyed this, hit the like button. And until next time, Dartagon out. Wait, what are you doing? Quit looking at my face. Wait, why are you trying to break down my face? Don't do that.